Alright, got some special stories, that story time that we're known for here on this channel. So, for those of you who didn't catch the live the other day, we have a new friend, Mr. Gray, Senor Gris, and he's going to share some of his experiences along with us. We also have Mr. Metal, Mr. Blue, chilling. So, I'm going to start with saying, this violence that comes with that lifestyle is brutal. If you haven't seen my Patreon, check out, there's videos of Spider being tortured before he was murdered by the cartel, actually the same people who murdered him, but everyone walks away with no charges. That's just how it is. Now, with what happened to our friend here, he's going to explain his own personal taste of cartel violence and what happened. So, compa, cuando te pasó eso, ¿cómo estaba el asunto? ¿Te tenían mucho tiempo o un ratito? I'm asking him when it first happened, how long was he with them or what was the deal basically?
Pues me tuvieron como 3 días, compa, ahí amarrado en una silla.
So it's 3 days, and he was tied up to a chair actually when they had him detained. All right, if you want to call it that, but it's kidnapped at the end of the day. It's called what it is. Y te dieron comida y agua, that's when they give him food, water.
Pues me dan pura agua nomás, pero que la verdad me tenían torturando, mayormente torturado.
He said no, they wouldn't give him any food at all, and basically the whole day was made up of him being tortured. That was his day-to-day while he was there. ¿Qué tipo de tortura o cómo fue la interrogación? I'm asking him what type of torture this,
Pues empezaron con las uñas de los pies, ¿no? Las uñas de los pies y luego se fueron sobre las manos.
So he was talking about they started ripping out his toenails. Aquí, por favor, si se quieres enseñar aquí. They chopped off his finger, a good portion of it. It's still barely starting to grow back. It started to grow back like a growth, actually. Not something healthy that happens. Si quieres acercarlo mucho, please, stand on machine so you guys can see what actually happened to him there. No joke, it's brutal. It is what it is. ¿Y cómo pasó eso, hermanos?
No, pues los vatos no, me soltaron de una mano, ¿no? Estaba amarrado la silla así. Y agarraron con una pinza, ¿no? Una pinza empezaron a...
Varias cortes.
Varios.
Oh. So what they really did was extremely brutal. They went about it with what you guys could call, we'd use maybe to cut branches or stuff like that, or maybe some type of, if you work with wood or anything like that, just, to trim something down. Well, those cutters, bush cutters, whatever you want to call them, they grabbed his finger basically and just started chopping it off, but they didn't do it like one cut, like boom. Alright, they were doing it little by little, like take a piece off, take another piece off, slowly torturing to get the most out of each movement they did, each technique, increasing, their chances of getting the information they want out at the end of the day. That's the way they look at it. The less time they spend on each one, the less probable it is that they're going to get the person to talk. The longer and more prolonged the torture, and they're just pulling it out of these guys like every last drop out of the line, is the bigger chance that they're going to speak. The more painful they can make it as well, and to heighten that sense of pain, that also, of course, is going to bring up the probabilities of the person talking. If you want to look at even something like Cartel, he was using bone tingling. El Cartel cuando antes echaba un pico de hielo a los huesos y ya que llegaba al hueso se lo movía el pico. Y fue según una experiencia pasada. I was telling about bone tingling with Carl Quintero. If you want to know what that is, you can check it out on Google. I can't really get too much into it on here, but it's a horrible torture technique that was applied by him. And these are just a taste so you guys can see how evil and deadly that is. At the end of the day, it's people play with their life or with their freedom, their health, their body parts all the time, all the time. Now, cuando se acabó y todo, ¿cómo fue eso? ¿Te soltaron en X parte o qué parte colocar? ¿Cómo fue en un parque o cómo? No tienes que decir un calle ni nada,
No,
pero...
no, los vatos se fueron, ahí me dejaron como en un ranchito ahí, ahí me dejaron.
So,
Pues, o sea, como estaba débil yo, me dejaron amarrado de una mano, pues la mano que me cortó el dedo.
sí, carnal.
Y ellos se fueron.
So he was left really weak, he said, after the torture and his interrogation. So it would happen at like an abandoned ranch, and they just kind of left him there. They took off. He said they untied one hand and left. All right, they got what they needed, and they're probably following orders. Not probably, they're following orders from somebody who, told them to do exactly that at the end. Compa, ¿y qué suerte tienes eso de la escondida, no? Muy poco se ha escondida. Now, what's amazing about this story is this is someone I can confirm and that I've known for years. And that counts because this story is something very uncommon. Usually, if they take you out to a ranch, out of these places where these interrogations occur, people do not walk out of there. Got to be damn close to 100% of what happens to people once they get there. They all get executed. If you haven't watched the videos of I put up of those buscadores that were looking for bodies. There's an example, just so you guys can see how brutal and the type of places where they do these things. It's an abandoned house in the video I'm talking about, so it's not just always at ranches and places far away. It can be in urban places too, in an abandoned house or one of their drug spots, which usually are abandoned places to start with, or just trap houses. At the end of the day, it could be somebody who's addicted and they just lost their way, and the cartel ends up using that house for what they want to do, their business needs and everything. Crazy world. Una más pregunta, canal, que quiso decir. Dijiste que pasó como 3 días, ¿no? Es por eso. ¿Qué otro tipo de cosas aparte que los uñas y eso de tu mano? ¿Te estaban golpeando la bolsa? ¿Te dieron agua? Como...
Me golpeaban, o sea, me golpeaban, me amarraban la piel del cuello, me asfixiaban.
So he said he was physically being like straight beaten on top of with his nails pulled out. Con un cuerno, he said with a cord, they were tying it off on his neck and strangling him. And that affects you two ways. It cuts off. A lot of people don't know this, so for those of you who do, excuse me, but I'm just going to explain this. It cuts off your blood flow, which can cause you to faint, but as well, it obviously cuts off the airflow too. So it's a double whammy on that one, and it's very brutal to actually be strangled and be tied up, not be able to do anything, just knowing that your life's at the mercy of these people's hands, and especially when there's 6 sadistic people who enjoy killing people and who get paid for it. It's a terrifying combination. I've had loved one in a situation like that. I've gotten into it before. I'll get into it again. Probably at a later date on another video, so you guys haven't heard it. Can understand what happened to my compadre. Brutal as well. And right now, with the violence that's going on all over all over Mexico, stories like this one are being told over and over, and lots of people who are innocent or have nothing to do with anything directly to the level that would merit them dying are being kidnapped and murdered and stuff like that. Our friend here was very lucky that he wasn't involved in what they said he was involved in, and he was able to prove it, and that's why they left him alive and walked away. But he's one of the very few who walk away from a situation like that and is still able to talk about it. You have to remember 99.9% of the people who are in a situation like that will never have balls, or you can't even blame them, want to go put a complaint against these people at the police station. so they get an arrest warrant, or to even talk about it to the a journalist or to the media. It just gets shut away and forgotten about, and that's a damn shame. So luckily, there are some brave people still left in this world who are willing to talk and have a voice, and I'm gonna thank them and tell them that. Gracias, compa, por ser tan valiente que estás dispuesto a hablar de esas cosas, compa, que está pasando aquí en México. Es una desgracia que pensaba mucha gente no lo quiere hablar y que en silencio, y para eso estamos en la posición que estamos ya aquí.
Así es que estamos para seguir eso.
Digo, mucha gente va a ver eso y yo creo que va a dejar una buena impresión a mucha gente de la realidad, de que violenta y que brutal. Y esa
Así
es la
es,
vida en realidad,
así
¿no?
es, sí. Que ahorita la calle está muy cabrón, ahorita la calle.
Okay, as you
Ten
said, the streets right
cuidado.
now are dangerous. You guys gotta be careful. Yeah, that things right now are different. They're very dangerous, and it's very true, 100%. And I'm going
Así es.
to
Así es, mano. Ahorita está muy fea la comunidad, porque son cosas verdaderamente feas.
he said it's dirty how they did their finger and everything, man. Si quieres ser eso, gracias, señor doctor.
Simón, es ahí que nos dejen el like aquí para la historia de compa. Está muy interesante. Regresamos con su like, compa. Comentario ahí también. Se la sabe el video. Andamos, raza.
We're gonna do another one back to back with this one that almost has the same type of story as far as torture and almost the same idea as far as what they wanted to do. Just the motivation was a little bit different, but how they went about it was about the same. So crazy world that it's that common, but these are the sad facts. So like, subscribe, notification. If you want to contact me, if you'd like to get out of a life crime, step away from it, like guidance, or like to tell others to step away from it and leave a positive message, you can always contact me at ogshadowofficial@gmail.com. As well, if you have any videos or information that's pertinent to what's going on here and exposing organized crime, I'll be here, as always, waiting. Fácil, pendiente.
Salud.
Dale, dale, dale.
Ánimo.
Alright, gente.